I'm Pierre Daly, and we're here at the Inside ETFs Conference in Montreal. Joining us is Mary Hagerman, portfolio manager at Desjardins Securities, and you're also the author of the Black Belt Investor.
The Black Belt Investor.
Yes.
It's a martial arts guide to wealthness, how to kick butt and feel rich.
That's great. Mary, why don't you tell us a little bit about who you intended it for?
Well, I'm writing it for anybody who wants to feel rich. And I was inspired by my 30 years of practice as a financial advisor, listening to multiple client stories. And I was touched by the fact that there's so much focus today on fitness, on feeling good, and ultimately feeling happy. And my premise, or the premise of the book is, how can you feel truly happy if you don't have a healthy relationship with money?
You've also played a part in women in ETFs in terms of advocating for women in the business.
Yes, and promoting the first breakfast that Inside ETFs has had for women in ETFs here in Montreal. I think it's a really, really important, having been in the business for 30 years and not really having had a female mentor, that women like myself who do have experience step up to the plate and help the younger women who are in our industry to really go and be motivated and have the courage to go get the jobs out there. And there are a lot of jobs. My book, as you said earlier, it finishes off with how to kick butt and feel rich. I'm a practicing second dan black belt in karate. And it's become my mantra is, you gotta kick butt, you gotta kick butt. And it's my message not only for how to have a healthy relationship with money, but also for women. You got to kick back. You got to be out there. You got to ask, and you will receive.
So what's your top advice for women who are considering getting into the portfolio management business or the asset management industry?
Well, I think women really need to have a good network. You know, if you can get a mentor, man, woman, somebody who inspires you, you have to have a conviction in the type of money management that you want to do. In my case, I have discretionary portfolios that are primarily ETF-based. I have a whole lot of conviction about that. That's what drives me forward. So you have to have conviction about what you do, be surrounded by good people who are willing to help you, and then also invest in all the help you need personally to show up for work day in, day out, even when you have kids.
Well, there's a lot has been said, and there's a lot to be said that women bring another dimension of thinking to the industry and another dimension of responsibility to the industry that hasn't been there.
Oh, absolutely.
Or that when women have made it into senior roles in asset management, they've brought that dimension of responsibility as well to the industry.
Yes, absolutely. And I think that, there's no more questioning the fact that having women and men work together on decision making, whether it be at the board level, whether it be at the asset management level, it's just a better mix. It's more powerful, and the returns, the outcome is greater.
Now, do you see the percentage or growth in the number or the percentage of women entering, as a percentage of the asset management industry force? Do you see that there's growth in that?
Well, I'd like to say yes, but it's slow. It really is. When I started out 30 years ago, anything I went to, it was like women were less than 15%, even less than 10%. Now I'd say that we're pretty much less than 20 usually. Mm-hmm. So it's growing, but it's growing too slowly. When you consider that, for example, a company like mine, Desjardins, we're Quebec's largest private employer, 47,000 employees, 60% are women. But we're working really hard at getting more women into the upper management levels, which represents right now less than 30% for women.
Now, Mary, do you think is that because there are barriers to entry for women, or is that because women simply don't want to get into the business, or they're not inspired by it? Or is it some combination?
Yeah, it's a combination of things. I think most companies right now are really pushing the inclusivity for women. But it's also a well-known fact that women will wait to be like 100% competent for a job before applying. whereas a guy will usually, present himself and he's not quite at 60, 70% maybe of the competencies required. So guys will go out there and hustle more than a woman would. And women are also much more reluctant to fail. They really want to do a good job. So there's a bit of standoffishness. And my message certainly to women, along with the kick butt has been, you got to ask. There's a lot of people out there who really do want to help us.
Right.
And if you just ask for what you want, chances are you'll get it.
Hence the coming back full circle to your mantra, which is to kick butt.
Exactly.
To be a little more aggressive, to have more courage and
have more courage. And
step forward.
And when it comes to money, and to come back to my book, to invest in really having a healthy relationship with money and to follow the guideline that I set out in my book, which is based on martial arts principles. So it's a bit of a different take, but it makes total sense in a world of wealthness.
But it might just be what's appropriate in terms of motivation.
And what's missing.
Yeah,
we don't talk enough about it. So, yeah.
So, Mary, it's great to chat with you. It's great to meet you here at the Inside ETFs Conference. Thank you so much for chatting with us.